Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for this very relevant and very timely look at the ultimate AI tech stack for event ROI. I'm Marcella Ritchie. I'm a senior event marketing strategist, and I'm joined today by my partner in crime, Paige Trimble. He's a senior event tech strategist with Certain. Hey, Paige.
Hey, Marcella. Hey, everyone. Super excited about our topic today. There's obviously no shortage of AI tools for events to work with, but trying to figure out which ones make the most sense for you and your business is where things get tricky. Hopefully, you'll walk away from this chat with a better sense of which ones could work best for you and your company.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Paige, because from planning and logistics to driving attendee engagement, there's just so much to choose from. So we're going to take a look at this and more. Plus, we'll touch on the AI-powered tools that are going to help you turn all that event and engagement data into real measurable event ROI without burning out, right? That's the key. But first, a little housekeeping. We are recording this conversation for you and your colleagues to view on demand, and we're going to share that with you after the session. And then if you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat box. We are going to get to those during the Q&A at the end of today's session. And then finally, we have a special offer that we're going to be sharing with all of you at the end of today's conversation, so definitely stick around for that. Okay, so let's jump into the agenda and take a look at what we're going to be covering today. So first things first, we are going to take a look at why AI matters for event management. So we'll explore how AI is stepping in to help event pros meet the changing expectations around events. So I'm going to look at where AI delivers value for event pros, right? And discover how AI supports every phase of the event lifecycle, from personalization to pipeline acceleration. Then we'll look at what you all came here for, the ultimate AI stack for event management. And we're going to give you a practical breakdown of the AI tools and prompts designed to drive ROI from your event. And then we'll look at how event marketers are winning today with AI. So we'll hear how AI is driving success for event teams using AI to scale their impact. And then again, we'll wrap up with a live Q&A before signing off. Okay, are we ready to dive in, Paige?
Yes, I was born ready. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. Events are a great source of first-party data for companies to get to know their buyers better and to build pipeline. But how companies host events has really changed in recent years. We're all doing more touch points, more channels, but with the same or even fewer resources. Does that sound familiar to all of you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And to add to that, right, expectations are way up. So everyone from attendees to sales, I'm looking at you, Paige, want personalization and ROI. And that's where AI comes in, right, Paige?
Yeah, exactly. Now, AI is not just a buzzword here. It's how companies are able to scale this level of personalization without doubling team size. But according to Salesforce, more than 40% of marketers are still unsure how to actually leverage it. So whether you're using AI now or just starting to explore it, knowing where it's headed helps you build a smarter, more scalable event program that's future ready. Now, let's do a quick check-in with our audience. We're going to do a live poll here to gauge where you all are in your AI journey. And the first question of the poll is, how familiar are you with using AI in your event strategy? You brand new? Have you dabbled a bit with the tools here and there? Are you actively using AI in a few key areas? Or is AI deeply integrated into your event workflows already?
I love watching these results come in.
Yeah, so
When they start jumping and one starts becoming the clear winner here.
yeah. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you are brand new and just starting to explore it, which means you've come to the right place to learn more about how to fill your AI toolkits for events. Would you say that's right,
Yeah.
Marcella?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
surprised, to be honest, but this is great. It's a perfect time for us to have this conversation. So this
yeah.
is great. I think, if we think about it really in terms of events, AI touches every stage of the event journey, right? So many of you may already be using it for planning and ideation, say, but what if you can take it a step further, right? Imagine using AI to tap into your first party attendee data and directly connect your events to revenue. So think automated communications, personalized agendas, lead scoring based on actual attendee behavior, and even, content and session recommendations. And then beyond that, you have predictive analysis, and that helps you forecast performance, uncover opportunities, and optimize planning for future events. So in short, AI is really helping us do all those things we wanted to do, but never really had the time to do. So before we dig into specific tools, let's talk about the real payoff of AI for event ROI. Because it's not just about efficiency, although we do love that, right? It's about really unlocking the depth of attendee insights that actually enable business growth. Paige, does that resonate on the sales side?
Yeah, I would say from the sales perspective, I really can't stress how important those insights are for our follow-up efforts, right? They allow us to prioritize high intent leads. They tailor our outreach based on actual engagement, and enter conversations with a clear understanding of what matters most to each prospect. So it's the difference between a cold follow-up and an informed, revenue-driving interaction. Now, one of the biggest shifts we've seen from AI is real-time personalization. As we all know that these days, personalization is no longer optional, it's expected. So instead of a one-size-fits-all journey, you can use AI to adapt content, recommendations, and outreach on the fly based on what attendee is doing based on what like each attendee is doing in the moment. For example, imagine showing attendees a session or resource that's tailored to exactly what they interacted with just 10 minutes ago. Marcella, can you walk us through what this looks like with Certain?
Yeah, of course. So here's a snapshot of how it works with Certain. So before the event, your attendee, we'll call him Bruce Wayne, he registers using a dynamic reg form that asks as many questions as you want. Sky's the limit. And this is going to kick off a wealth of insights, right? So Certain's AI uses this data to inform personalized sessions, content, and networking recommendations for Bruce based on his responses. So during the event, he checks into a number of sessions and booth demos and participates in a few live polls. This engagement data feeds Certain's AI engine and then informs real-time notifications to sales and marketing based on Bruce's intent signals. Congrats, right? Bruce is showing some pretty good signals here, right? So sales is going to reach out, schedule a meeting during the event, and then Bruce requests a demo for your product for his team, right? So this is all looking pretty good so far. After the event, and we're talking next day, right? Not next week. The AE who met with Bruce sends a personal invite to an exclusive dinner to hear from customers within his industry. And there you have it. You just signed Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. Pretty big deal. So that's the power of AI, right? It's not about cutting corners. It's about keeping people more engaged and driving them towards actions that matter. Right, Paige?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that same intelligence helps you scale. So having this level of first-party data is invaluable to businesses and can be tough to access, which is why events are such an important channel. The trick is ensuring that event data is seamlessly captured and interpreted without a big manual lift. This highlights another huge benefit of AI, and I think this one's personal for a lot of us, doing more with less.
Yeah.
By automation, things like communications, session reminders, lead scoring, and follow-ups, your team can run more events without working overtime. You get smarter targeting, better experiences, and more time to think strategically. Okay, Marcella, let's give people what they came for. Let's talk tools.
Let's do it. Okay. So look, there are loads of AI tools for events out there, but we focus this list on tools that we ourselves can speak to, as well as recommendations by industry experts. And it's by no means an exhaustive list.
Right.
And remember, we're going to be sharing more with you after this session. But with that in mind, here's a look at the kinds of platforms that are showing up across event workflows. So Paige, will you kick things off with the before the event tools?
Yeah, absolutely. So where are we? Planning and ideation. So in this stage, we're brainstorming themes, building agendas, and aligning internal teams. So we'll start with the obvious here, right? ChatGPT and deep research are great for drafting early copy or conducting competitor research. But for the that goes for both the free and paid versions of these tools, and they're both exceptional for the ideation phase. Of course, there are plenty of alternatives out there, Claude, Gemini, Gronk, the list goes on. So go with the one you are most comfortable with and test a few different ones out to see which ones you like the responses for. Next
Yeah.
is Miro. This provides a collaborative whiteboard that uses AI to generate visual frameworks and templates. And Notion AI is great for brainstorming, knowledge management, and content generation. And of course, we have to include Certain, which enables teams to build strategic event frameworks, connect to audience data, and map experiences ahead of your event. All of your speakers, sessions, content, and communications can be built and automated within a single platform and then templatized for future events. And then if you're looking for a great AI-powered project management tool, ClickUp is a project management platform for combining task tracking, project planning, and real-time collaboration.
I love ClickUp. Somebody recommended that to me ages ago because of its AI capabilities, and I've got to say it's definitely a fan favorite. So let's talk content creation and SEO, right? Here it's all about creating and delivering message that's impactful and in tune with the individual needs of your attendees, right? Really getting those messages out in front of the right people and the right message. So you've got Jasper, Claude, and Copy AI. They're some of the better AI copy writers out there. And they help you spin up short form content, emails, ads, social media, and landing pages in minutes. And now SEMrush is an industry go-to for SEO, and Copilot is their AI-powered assistant that provides recommendations and alerts about your event website SEO. Surfer is also an excellent SEO resource for helping your event content and promotion get in front of the right eyes. And then Certain's AI also helps take your content to the next level by personalizing and recommending content dynamically based on past or live attendee behavior.
Yeah, those are some great recommendations. Let's talk now about video and audio production. So when it comes to creating content pre or post event, AI makes things so much easier. Synthesia and Descript both use AI to generate videos from scripts, perfect for promo videos or on-demand content. And they're huge time savers for repurposing sessions. Wave is a great tool that turns audio clips into shareable video snippets. And then while Certain doesn't produce content, it tracks how it performs, which is central to understanding what your audience values most.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk during the event, right? So we're going to touch on operational efficiency here, and this one applies throughout the event cycle. But during the event, this is where AI really helps you work faster behind the scenes. So you've got Zapier AI, which automates connections between apps, and that lets you trigger actions based on event activity. And then tools like Otter AI and Fireflies transcribe meetings and sessions, and that's great for follow-up or documentation. And then with Certain, you can automate reminders, segment your audiences, and seamlessly integrate event data into your broader tech stack, which during the event makes such an impact.
Agreed. And then once your event is live, AI tools can boost engagement without requiring more manual effort. Now, there are a lot of engagement tools out there, but we have to put Certain's AI-powered event app, Touchpoint Ignite, at the top of this list. And here's why. Touchpoint Ignite drives and captures attendee engagement through features like gamification, surveys, and live polling, content libraries, discussion boards, interactive booth maps, and a lot more. Ignite's AI-powered engine then takes over to transform all that data into clear and actionable insights that you can easily access through robust engagement dashboards. Drift and Intercom AI use smart chatbots to qualify leads and automate real-time attendee support. So that's
So
for
when we
the
look,
engagement. Yeah. Go ahead on the next
sorry,
category.
go ahead, Paige.
Yeah, yeah.
I get so excited when it comes to personalization and automation. This is the good stuff, right? Because in this category, AI is going to help you automate and tailor each attendee's unique experience. And I think we're all looking for that to some degree, right? So we love Path Factory. It's an excellent content intelligence platform that enables personalized content experiences. You've got tools like Seventh Sense, which help boost email engagement for event campaigns by optimizing email send times to each individual. So it makes sure it gets to them at the perfect time, depending on where they are. And then Regi AI is great for automating prospecting and lead engagement for sales teams, using generative AI agents to identify, engage, and personalize outreach. And then Certain listens to attendee intent signals and adjusts their journey before, during, and after the event. And that allows you to personalize everything from your session recommendations, that one's a mouthful, to follow-up communications. So that's during the event. And then if we move, sorry, go ahead. We're moving to after the event.
Yeah, I think you're exactly, your mind's at where mine is too. Let's talk about analytics and insights, right? So once the event is over, you really need to understand what worked. So this is where Certain's AI really stands out, delivering deep, actionable insights tied directly to pipeline. So with Certain Event Intelligence, you're not just looking at session counts or click-throughs. You're seeing engagement scores, session popularity, campaign performance, all mapped to an actual revenue outcome. Our AI analyzes attendee profiles and behavior to personalize the journey from first touch to follow-up, so you know what's working and where to optimize.
Yeah. So then if we look at lead scoring and follow-up, right? Understanding, how you turn all that engagement into pipeline. 6sense and Zoom Info Intent are great at helping identify which accounts are showing that buying behavior across the web. And then Certain's AI scores leads based on actual event behavior, right? So multiple session views, demo requests, or content downloads. And then that way marketing can push those insights directly to sales for faster follow-up. Any final thoughts here, Paige?
Yeah, I would say whether looking to streamline internal processes or personalize more efficiently or drive ROI, there's an AI tool for that. And as you've seen, Certain ties a lot of this together, making it easier to drive those real outcomes for every event that you're having.
Yeah. And remember, it's not about using every tool, right? It's about picking the ones that best plug into your strategy and streamline work. So tell us, what type of AI tools are you currently using in your event marketing strategy? So I'll launch a poll here for you guys in just a sec. So are you using generative AI like ChatGPT? Are you using personalization and engagement tools? Any predictive or intent tools? Or not using any yet, but interested in learning more? Be interested to see. And Gen AI doesn't surprise me at all. Wow. That's the only one so far, Paige.
I'm
glad amazing. Wow. Yeah, you're at the right place.
Maybe we've given them too many tools to dive into after this
I know.
webinar.
I really hope, though, that means between the personalization and the intent that you guys are picking up some great tips here, because this is the good stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and share those results so you can all see. The bulk of you are using generative AI or not using any yet. So there's plenty of room here for you to pick up some added info. And then again, after the event, we're going to be sending you some great resources too. So jump back in. Now, I think the last thing I wanted to ask of everyone, if you can, is just tell us in the chat, is there an AI tool that you can't live without or you're curious to try? Drop that in the chat. We all want to know, and we'll share those with you as well. Okay. So Paige, I think there are a lot of us AI users, and I'd say clearly with all the Gen AI users out there in our audience right now, who are still trying to perfect the art of drafting an effective prompt, right? I know I am.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sharing some specific prompts with you in our follow-up email. We've got a great ebook on that. But for now, let's talk about the anatomy of an AI prompt, an effective AI prompt, right? So Paige, can you please kick us off with the first of the 5 key elements for an effective AI prompt for event ROI?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with the foundation of any good AI prompt: context. When you're asking generative AI to help with campaign planning or content, it needs to understand who you are and the world you operate in. So providing context is key. What's your role in team? Who are you targeting? What types of events are you hosting? What tools are in your stack? What outcomes are you looking for? What are you trying to achieve? By offering these specific details, you help AI tailor outputs that are relevant to your audience, tone, and strategy. What's next, Marcella?
So defining the output, right? We want to make sure you're clear about what you want AI to generate. So is it a nurture track to drive RSVPs? Is it a personalized confirmation email? Some kind of reminder flow? The more specific you are about the format and the audience, the touch point, the better the actual result is going to be. So think of it like briefing an agency, right? This level of detail helps AI become more of a strategic partner and not just a content machine. Okay, what else, Paige?
Right. Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes people make is not tying their prompt to a business objective. So you want to increase registration rates? Of course. You want to drive more pre-event engagement? You want to decrease drop-off from confirmation to the actual attendance? You want to tell AI that. It's great at optimizing, but only when you share your goals. That gives it a clear mission, not just a task. And where do we go from here, Marcella?
So guiding the content experience, right? Your tone, style, and delivery all matter, especially when it comes to events and marketing. So you're often going to be, targeting, say, senior decision makers or high value accounts. And so your prompts should reflect that, right? You might say, write an email invite in a consultative tone to a CISO audience and avoid buzzwords like cutting edge. Okay. So this helps AI match your brand, match the moment, and avoid just generic throwaway content that nobody's really going to ingest. And then when you're personalizing by industry or persona, that becomes even more powerful. So
Yeah,
what's next, Paige?
absolutely. Yeah. So finally, ask for output that's easy to drop into your specific workflows. If you need HTML ready copy, say so. If it's going into Eloqua or HubSpot, tell AI that format so it'll make your life much easier. You can also ask for multiple versions for A/B testing or different audience segments. Regardless of what AI resources you're using, understanding how to access the information you need is really key. Would love to see an example. Marcella, can you share an example of what we just covered?
I would love to.
Good prompt.
So,
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
so again, there's more prompts coming your way from us after, but here's a great one to just tie in some of the key elements we just covered, right? So I'm a field marketing manager at a global B2B SaaS company. We host invite only virtual roundtables for CISOs at Fortune 500 companies. Our goal is to increase registrations and pre-event engagement. We use Salesforce and Marketo. Based on this, help me generate a strategy for increasing conversion from outreach to registration, right? So this is giving everything you need, what programs you're using, who you're targeting, what the goal is. It's packaging it all up in a way that you don't have to follow up the response with, and this, and this, and add this in, and please. So tell us, if you don't mind, what's your go-to AI prompt, right? Drop that in the chat. We want to hear because we might have to steal it off of you.
Share it on the next webinar.
Yeah. So, okay, we've had a look at some of the must-have AI tools and prompts for your events. Let's talk more about how they can collectively help actually move the needle on your event-driven pipeline. And this is what we mean when we talk about the benefits of AI, right? Efficiency meets insight, but those insights are only valuable if they lead somewhere. And this is where AI really shines, right, Paige?
Yeah, absolutely. So AI powered tools like Certain, we're not just tracking things like attendance, you're scoring intent. You can see who's really engaging with product content, who's revisiting sessions, who's ready for sales. And then you could flag them as high intent for immediate follow-up. This way, you're not just passing sales a list of attendees, which we've all done, right? You're giving them the right people with the right context at the right time.
Right. And so now we're talking ROI, right?
Yeah.
Not every attendee interaction means a deal's coming, but AI actually helps us tell the difference. So when someone watches the product demo twice or stays for a technical session after a keynote, that's a signal. And with Certain, we can spot and flag those for sales immediately.
We can indeed. And because we're seeing such a high demand for help with identifying and acting on event buying signals, one of the say that we're offering a limited time buying signals diagnostic. This is a guided 12-hour engagement with our senior consultants to help you surface hidden buyer intent, optimize your workflows, and map out actionable next steps. It's normally $3,000, but for a short window, we're offering it at half the price at $1,500. So with this offer, you'll walk away with a tailored strategic proposal you can act on immediately. So if you're serious about surfacing and servicing the intent data behind your attendee engagement, this diagnostic is a perfect first step. Reach out to us today to unlock this special rate, as the offer is valid for the next 7 days and will expire on May 15th.
Yeah, and bonus, guys, we are going to be doing a drawing from all of today's registrants for a free diagnostic. So stick around to the end, and we'll follow up after the webinar to announce the winner. Okay, so let's wrap up by talking about what all these tools, these AI tools, actually mean in action for our audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
in the real world, here's a snapshot of the impact that an effective AI strategy for event ROI can actually have on your business, right? So in terms of enhanced attendee satisfaction and engagement, we see a 20% bump here thanks to AI-driven personalization. Big number. Operational efficiency, we see reduced event planning costs thanks to AI and big improvements in event adaptability. And then in terms of improved targeting and resource allocation, there's been a massive boost to predicting customer engagement with AI forecasting. So these AI tools and tips aren't just trendy add-ons, right? They're actual business drivers, right, Paige?
Yeah, and I think it's a good time to check in with our audience. Let's do another poll. And the question is, which area are you most excited to apply AI to? Pre-event planning and content, real-time personalization during events, post-event follow-up and lead scoring, or you're not sure yet? I guess we could have put it all the above as well, so there isn't that there.
True.
So just pick one that's most applicable.
Zoom only gives us 4 options.
All right, so it looks like right now pre-event planning and content is where most people are excited to apply AI to.
Yeah, and that makes sense if you think about it. I mean, the pre-event planning and content phase is such a heavy lift. That's where you're doing the bulk of it that is going to drive to each of the next stages. So I definitely understand that. Okay, let's jump back in here. So before we wrap up, let's just take a minute here to recap what we've covered and what it really means for you. So today, we took a look at the AI tools and tactics that real teams are using right now to automate and scale their programs, as well as to get cleaner data and improve event ROI. So if you're trying to scale smarter or personalize better or connect your events to revenue, is what we hope you're taking away today. Paige, what are the key pre-event takeaways from today's conversation?
Yeah. First off, AI is your scale partner. You don't need to double your team to double your impact. Maybe you had to 10 years ago, but not anymore. So with the right automation and AI tools, you can handle more events, more engagement, and more leads without that burnout that we were talking about. And it's not just about doing more, it's about doing it better. Real-time personalization means your attendees get a tailored experience, not a one-size-fits-all agenda. That's what keeps people coming back and what creates those deeper moments of connection at your events. Marcella, how does this take us into the event itself? Can we talk about the next step?
Yeah. So whether it's smart automated session recommendations or real-time behavior-based lead scoring, these are the pieces during your event that are going to add up to real results. So whether you're just starting to experiment with AI like a lot of you, or you're looking to optimize what you already have, you have a roadmap and some practical examples now to help you move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, final takeaways for after the event, Paige?
Yeah. Here's a big one. Identifying who's ready to buy. Not every registrant is a sales lead, but with AI, you can start to see the difference. You're looking at actual behavior like repeat session views, content depth, or engagement over time, and surfacing the people who are showing real intent. Who's raising their hand? A handoff of this intel to sales means fast, relevant follow-up and a direct line from your events to actual pipeline.
Yeah. And that's the key to unlocking event ROI with AI.
Right.
So if you're ready to build or fine tune your AI powered event stack, we'd love to show you how Certain can help you bring that all together. Or just talk strategy, show you a demo, or even just help you brainstorm for your next event. We're here to help.
All right, let's open it up to Q&A. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Tell us what's on your mind about AI tools or how to bring this into your workflow. And feel free to put some Q&A there and we'll read some questions.
Yeah.
So how can I tell if a tool labeled AI powered is actually useful or just rebranded automation? That's a good one.
I'll take this. I'll take this one because it's a great question and it's a really important one, right? Give me a second.
No, I
think
I think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
tough.
sure.
It's tough that I got it because I had a conversation recently about this. So I think the key difference is in the quality and the depth of the data that the AI is working with, right? So a lot of tools that are labeled AI powered are really just like rule-based automations with limited context. So they can only really act on like surface level insights. So like with Certain, right, our platform captures first party event data across every interaction. And then that unifies that into a clean, centralized data layer. So that level of data orchestration is really what enables real AI to work. So it's how you move from, say, like, if this, then that triggers to actual predictive insights and behavior driven decisions so that it's not just about automation. It's actually about meaningful data to generate actionable intelligence. That was a long-winded one. So
Yeah.
I hope that answers that question.
Yeah.
I see a good one, Paige. I'm going to let you tackle this one, but
All right.
it's what's one way AI helps improve engagement in real time?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is, our app in Touchpoint Ignite. We're using AI inside of that. And so this allows you to get to know your attendees as the event unfolds because everyone's like on the app utilizing it. And it's tracking that behavior across the attendees like journey. What people attend, what are they interacting with? How long did they stay in a certain area? Did they check into a session? And it starts building a real-time like engagement profile. So from there, I would say Session Advisor, AI, the engine that personalized content. It gives session suggestions and even follow-up messages. So instead of delivering the same experience to everyone, you're adapting in real time, and it's really making each experience feel super tailored to your attendee, right? So it keeps people engaged and drives deeper, better interactions, more relevant interactions, I would say. So that's one way,
Nailed
AI
it.
is helping engagement in real time. I'm sure there's others. And AI is so young, I would say like it's just getting better and better. And so over time, the sky's the limit on what the potential is. And we're really excited about that. Right.
Agreed. That's a good
Yeah.
one, Paige. That
Yeah.
was really good. I don't think I have
Thanks.
anything to add to that one.
What's the difference between using a standalone AI tool versus an integrated platform? Maybe like Certain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, standalone tools tend to only really solve like one part of the puzzle, right? So tools like Certain connect planning, engagement, and post follow-up of all in one actual platform, right? So it's not just tackling bits and pieces, it's all in one place. So that means our AI can learn from past events or from attendee patterns, and then outcomes over time. So that means recommendations are getting smarter and more accurate.
Yeah.
And then that means the personalization is getting more relevant, So in short, it's like the difference between a tool that reacts to just isolated input, versus a platform that actually evolves with your strategy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say that, it's unavoidable, right? Having the standalone AI tools, like you're going to use them because they're not all integrated. But you want to get as close to the integrated platform as you can. And, certain can help with that. So I would say that, yeah, I think you hit it right. The nail on the head.
Okay. Okay. Look, I know we're running over on time here, and there's a lot of other great questions that came in. So we are going to address them in our follow-up. There's a lot coming your way, right? We're going to have the on-demand recording for you. We have a really great ebook on prompts and some additional tools and resources for your AI stack. But for now, I want to thank everyone for joining us. And whether you're just getting started in this AI event for ROI journey or already testing tools, look, Certain's got you covered. So really don't forget to visit our website, schedule a one-on-one demo with our team. You might get paid if you ask real nice. Join us on LinkedIn. We've gotten a great Events 360 community that is where we share a lot of tips and ideas for the events community, just on how AI can help tie your events to revenue. And then, subscribe to our newsletter for the latest newsletter for our latest update.
It's an exciting future, right? With AI specifically. We're going to give you those updates. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thanks for always being such a good partner on these things. And thank you
my
all.
pleasure. Thank you so much, Marcella.
Okay. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.